Good morning, everyone. It is Tyleda here at 360 Cafe. Welcome back for another tea time with Tyleda. I apologize. I was experiencing some technical difficulties at first. However, we have managed to get those under control. I would like to first start off with a disclaimer that I do not own the rights to this music that is playing in the background. And also, anything that I say here is merely for my own research purposes and stuff like that. Don't ever take someone's advice over a professional physician's. So please do seek the attention of a certified healthcare professional if you are experiencing any issues. Hi, the creative Creole. Good morning to you. Welcome to my live. Good morning. I was having some. Okay, you can't hear the music. Well, but it's playing softly in the background. I'm playing some meditative music for positive vibes. That's one of my morning routines, one of my morning rituals. I have to get my mind right, especially once I send my kids off to school and I have the opportunity to think and get my thoughts together. So this morning I am drinking some Earl Grey tea, and it's actually one of my favorite teas. I'm good, the creative Creole. How about yourself? I wanted to show you all my cool mug. It said, "Life is my favorite adventure." I am one for adventure. I love experiences. I really don't like to sit still. What about you, the creative Creole? Do you like to, do a lot of things? Do you like to experience a lot? Or are you a thinker? Because I know some people, they think a lot. However, me, myself, I have to like live life. So I like to go out there and do a lot. You're cooking breakfast. I fixed my grandmother some eggs, and now I'm having like a couple cookies that my daughter helped me to bake the other day. Okay. So I wanted to discuss some of the. Hi, Diva Jones 03. How are you? Good morning. I wanted to discuss some of the health benefits of Earl Grey tea. And Earl Grey tea is derived from bergamot, and bergamot is a citrus tree. I'm sorry, my cat got my attention. She's over there in the corner, like she's on the prowl for something. But I know it wouldn't be a rodent. I don't know. She's just, I'm going to leave her to do what she's doing, and I'm going to mind my own business and get back to this Earl Grey tea here. And so, Earl Grey tea is good for your teeth because of a lot of the vitamins and nutrients that it has in it. A few of the vitamins that I can name off top are vitamins A, C, calcium. I know there's some zinc, because when you think of a citrus fruit, those are the top five that in a citrus fruit. Um, Next is it helps to strengthen your teeth enamel. And I know me getting older and stuff like that, I have to be cautious of what I'm not putting into my body by eating it and consuming it every day. So I have to supplement that with some vitamins. Um, Earl Grey tea is also good for digestive issues. And when I first began to drink Earl Grey tea, that was one of the main reasons, is because I was like experiencing some digestive issues. However, digestive issues are physically manifested when you're holding on to, like too much things. Like if you're upset and instead of expressing it in a creative way, you're hunting, you're about to go hunting, Diva Jones. I've never been hunting. I've never even shot a gun. I've never even shot a gun. Oh, thank you, the creative Creole. And I'll tell everybody, I don't think I have an accent, but I'm pretty sure that I do. Um, anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, let's get back to the health benefits of Earl Grey tea. And so it also helps to fight against depression and anxiety. Citrus fruits help to do that by making you more productive. And there's been many studies that have shown that in an office setting, if they spray citrus scents like lemon, that the employees tended to be more happy and more productive throughout the day, as opposed to being groggy and stuff like that. I do know that sometimes if I wake up groggy in the morning, I use different citrus scents, especially in one of the bath salts that I make called Citrus Sunshine. I put lemon in there, lime, grapefruit, just to name a few of the citrus scents that I'll use to help uplift my moods if I'm having a, you know, slow start to one of my mornings. Another health benefit of Earl Grey tea is it is helpful in cancer preventative measures, and just dietary changes in a whole is helpful and good cancer preventative measures. Watching all of the artificial dyes, artificial sugars, and fats. Kitty, I don't know. It's like she found some kitty nip around here or something because she's like real frisky. She's flying around here. She's like scratching on stuff. I wish she would go have a sit down somewhere. Um, the next thing Earl Grey tea is good for is weight loss. And I can't necessarily attest to that. I'm a natural faster. And so I'm able to, my metabolism's pretty fast all in itself. So I can't speak for that. That it's also known that Earl Grey tea helps to fight against heart disease. And so helping to push more oxygen through the bloodstream, get more oxygen to those blood cells. It says it's also a good stress relief. I can attest to that. I'm having a quite peaceful morning. I'm happy. Um, how are you all feeling? I know that after, shortly I'll be going into my shop. Have to go check on things there and fulfill a few online orders and make a couple local deliveries. And I just wanted to say thank you to all those that have patronized me in the present and hopefully in the future. Um, I also would like to start doing some videos on different crystals and things because people don't realize how beneficial crystals are, not only um, dealing with a spiritual aspect, but also dealing with vitamins and nutrients. They also come out the earth, and so the fruits and vegetables that we eat also come out the earth, and the same vitamins, nutrients, trace minerals that you find in the foods that we eat are also found in the crystals that we use. Now, some are toxic, so it's not recommended that you would put them in your bath water or anything like that. However, there's some that I use and I put in my bath water because, like I said, I know that I'm not consuming enough throughout the day to give me all the vitamins and nutrients, by mouth. So I have to think of other creative ways. And so our skin is the biggest organ that we have. And so when you think of detoxing, um, now here's the plug-in. My bath salts. I make detoxifying bath salts, and I make them geared towards aromatherapy, especially we're in the season of SAD, the seasonal depression. And so, as much as all the toxin things that we're putting in our bodies, we have to provide an outlet for them, and so we have to not only take showers, but soak in some Epsom salts, help to draw some of those toxins out. And then we need to replenish. And so check out my website for those things that I'm talking about right now, www.360cafellc.com. Also, check out our social media. We have a lot of things coming up during this holiday season. So I do know I'll try to upload a couple videos throughout the week just to keep you all abreast on, how we're doing and things like that. I know tomorrow I'll be at the kids' school. They're having something that they have every trimester. It's called the Celebration of Learning. And so they put on a production and show what they learned in creative arts for that trimester. So I'm a parent that is very hands-on and involved. So I like to be there for my kids when they're doing things like that. So Creative Creole, would you like to come on with me? Would you like to come on screen? I've never had if you're still here. Because I have some time before I leave and I go into my shop. And I'm still grandma sitting and we're preparing to leave for Virginia in a few days for my son's AIT graduation from quartermaster's school. So he gets to come home for the holidays and I get to clean and cook again after 4 children. But it's such a joy being a mother of multiple. Um, and I was asking if you were still here, Creative Creole, because I wanted to bring you on screen with me. What's some of you all's favorite teas to drink? I know that sometimes I'll be in there mixing up my own in the kitchen, and if I'm mixing up my own in the kitchen, automatically it's going to have to include, okay, it's going to have to include some rose petals, some lavender, some chamomile. Those are just three off of the top. And if I'm feeling a little stressed or something, I add hops to it. So I don't need any beer. That's because I refuse. I don't want a beer belly. So if I want my taste of hops, I'm going to drink it in some tea. So Creative Creole, I don't know if you were like camera ready or anything, but I was asking to bring you on screen with me. You like the fruity flavored tea? Yes. And the tea that I'm drinking this morning, it puts me in a man of Fruit Loops. How and so I would say that that's part of the reason why I like it. Um, Without honey, it has a little bit of a bitter taste. You know, it puts you in the mind of okay, Miss Diva Jones 03, you had to step out for a minute. I understand stuff like that happens all the time in life. I know that there's times where my phone will ring and I have to step out of a laugh, but then I come back and I may Rosella tea is your favorite. I've never had that. I will have to try it. I will have to try it. Okay, you're getting your daughter ready for school. I forgot you're on the West Coast, so yeah, you're a few hours behind me. And I know Miss Diva Jones 03, you're what, an hour behind me. Yes, I got into drinking tea because at one point in time, because I needed my cup of coffee a day, and I'm frugal, so I'm not a person that's going to be running off the Starbucks spending $4 just for them to be funny and write my name wrong on the cup, and like just I don't have to pay for the experience. I get the experience at home. Anyway, uh, I was drinking up to 1.5 cups of coffee a day, and once I refrained from that, the type of migraines that I was experiencing just going off of the caffeine withdrawals was horrible. So I vowed to never become dependent on anything like that ever again because the way I suffered just, going from the caffeine withdrawal, I'm not a soda drinker, but that coffee, I felt as though I needed that every day. And so now my new I'll say addiction is herbal teas and stuff. Okay, you grew it 2 years ago and you're going to grow it again this upcoming season. It's 9 a.m. and I'm pretty sure you all's weather is a lot warmer than ours. I'm over it. I'm over it. I just want to be somewhere where it doesn't snow. I get tired of cleaning my car off and stuff like that because my my car can't go inside my garage. So there's the struggle of cleaning the snow off every time it decides it wants to, snow outside and cleaning the snow off the steps and all that stuff. Well, I don't do it. My kids, my boys do it. So I'm thankful that I have older sons that help to take care of their mother because I don't know what I do without them because I'm not built like that for this weather anymore. I'm not built like that. You're a coffee drinker, the creative Creole. Yes, I had to get out of it. I will occasionally have me a cup of coffee, but the way I used to drink it and be dependent on it, I can't allow that anymore because I didn't like the come down up from it all. Yes, Miss Diva Jones, I'm coming through some of your videos and I'm really excited. I got a few people to donate some old tires to me because I'm like, that's the most cost effective and a creative way to have some garden beds on our space. I already have to pay for insurance and stuff like that. And the goal of most nonprofits is to spend no next to no money, like keep we always say, like, we don't really have a budget. I mean, I don't right now, really. That's why I'm out there asking these grant organizations for money and attending some of the meetings at the Carnegie Library, Nonprofit Center, Resource Center, um, because I'm trying to get my venture funded a little. Uh, we need a little bit more money. And like I was saying in one of my last videos, I'm really excited that my urban farm will have the opportunity to provide some of the food going into the new co-op in the Homewood section of town. I appreciate it. Diva Jones 03 most definitely do. And I was talking to my mother, and she was like, she had never heard of like red mustards and stuff. And I was like, well, we'll have the opportunity to try some this summer. And when I seen Miss Cheryl's organic food forest video on her mixed greens, and I was like, I never thought to, mix different kinds of greens together like that, being as though my mother and my grandmother, they were always really cut and dry. They're really delicious. I bet they are. Like, they just weren't interesting cooks. Like, they just stuck to what they know. And so when I started eating different things and cooking different things, my mom like, oh, look at you, the gourmet chef, the gourmet chef. What's that? Organic. And so, I'm like, everything that I eat isn't organic. However, my mother tends to make a joke out of it, being so I, you know, want to eat healthy. And she was like, well, what we called organic was what Uncle Bob did. He got out there. You guys, my Uncle Bob was blind, and this was back in the 80s. We had a garden in the back of my great grandmother's house. Yeah, most people stick to traditions. I don't know why people are so afraid. It's the fear factor. Well, I told Miss Cheryl, I'm going to try my own rendition of her recipe, and I'm going to use my power cooker and see how it works when it comes to canning fruits and vegetables. Um, Even though I need to learn the old fashioned way too, for just in case there's no power one day or something like that. But I just feel as though, yeah, change is good though. Change is good, depending on why you're changing and for what reasons. And so I like to try new things. I'm very spontaneous, and that was something that I was speaking on at the beginning of my life, because I was showing my mug off, and it says, "Life is my favorite adventure," and I am very adventurous. I would like to say I'm a daredevil, and it's calmed down a little bit since I've gotten older. However, like I said, I'm just very spontaneous. Oh, cabbage rolls. I haven't had some of those in years since my grandmother was cooking. Now I have to cook for her. I bet if I bust out and like try to make her some cabbage rolls one day, she'll love me a long time. I'm gonna try that. I'm going to try that. I know I was looking at everybody's garden and stuff like that. I'm like, oh wow, everybody's still having a ton of growth and things like that. Here, you're done by early October, I'll give it, because our weather's so unpredictable that, yeah, one day it might be 90 degrees, and the next day you turn around and it's like 50 or 40 degrees, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I feel as though we have bipolar weather here in Pittsburgh. One day it might be 80, then the next day it's snowing. That's kind of what happened to us last week. We were at like 78, and then next thing you know, I wake up to snow. The frost got you a little, and I love that video of Iris and Shadow. I didn't leave a comment. I am a pet lover. Have two pets. Have a cat. Her name's Finesse. She's 8. I've had her since she could fit in the palm of my hand. And I have a little Bichon Poo. Her name is Misa. She's 11, and I've had her since she could fit in the palm of my hand. And so it's till death do us part. Those are my ride or dies. I don't live in a zoo. No, everything looks very well kept to me. Yes. Hi, Creative Creole. Are you back? Did you get your baby girl off to school? How is it in the West Coast? What's the weather like over there? And it's so strange. I've been to Vegas. However, I've never been to California, and I have family in California. I'm terrible. I know. Yes, there's much love in here. You give, it shall return. I don't understand the creative Creole. I don't understand. And so I'm preparing some new winter scents and some of my products. One that I know will be for certain is lavender and mint. Lavender and mint is quite refreshing, even though if you're asthmatic, I don't recommend using lavender. It can be a trigger for an asthma attack, even though mint, on the other hand, is something that's good for those that are asthmatic. Okay. You love animals, the creative Creole. Yes, I'm an animal person. And so when my mother comes over to visit, I mean, because I have 4 children, then myself and then my pet, my mom, she'll be like, well, I would say bye to everybody individually, but there's just so many of you all like, bye, y'all, bye. I'm just like, I mean, I guess she helped to make me like this. I was the only child. I was her only child. And so I grew up by myself, and I was like lonely most of the time. And then if I done something wrong, my mother knew it was me because I was the only one that was there. And so, you know, because she worked all the time, I was looking for the dog, but I see she crept upstairs to be with my grandmother. That's her pick when my grandmother's there. Good morning, Green Organic Love. Good morning. I'm just having a little bit of breakfast, you know, drinking some tea, some Earl Grey tea, and just chit chatting. How's your day going so far? Did you get your children off to school? Because I know you're in the West Coast too. Oh, autocorrect is messing with you, the creative Creole. I know autocorrect be getting me too sometimes, and I just be once it's out there, I just say forget it. It's out there. It's in the universe, and so it be. I am good. I am drinking some Earl Grey tea. I am drinking some Earl Grey, and I was telling everyone how Earl Grey is derived from bergamot, and bergamot is a citrus tree, and I also discussed some of the okay, you're heading out now to take the children to school. Well, safe travels to you. Green Organic Love is greeting Miss Diva Jones 03 in the Creative Creole. I believe she has to get her children off to school too. And so I'm also thinking about what to cook for dinner. And so I haven't really been eating anything heavy. And so I'm thinking maybe some chicken noodle soup because at least I'll eat the broth and the noodles. My kids, they're big time meat eaters. And I just, though that's not my choice, I can't necessarily deprive them of what they want and what they enjoy. And so I'm not saying I won't have a chicken wing from time to time, but I just choose not to eat so many dead foods. I choose to eat more living foods because that's the energy I want flowing through me. I don't know, the life that that animal lived. I don't know the fear that it had once it got hay, but sometimes, yeah, I want me a burger. Yeah, I want me a steak. So I'm only human. However, I opt for more healthier options and choices just because some of my dad's family history, and so I choose to abstain from some of those things. Anyway, you're not a meat eater. Yeah, that's good. The Creative Creole. Like I said, whatever floats whoever's boat. Like whatever floats your boat. I'm not against it. I'm not saying just because I don't, that doesn't mean that, I'm pushing my beliefs and my practices onto anyone. I accept anybody. If I can take a message away from it, that's what I'll do. Like um, I also don't practice organized religion. However, I'll go to church and give support to my uncle if he asks me to come on Family and Friends Day. Um, I'll go to a universal parliament if the five percenters ask me to, step out and go their way. Um, it all depends. I spread love every way. Yes. And my mother, I was raised in the Baptist church. My mother is still Baptist. However, I feel as though she's just doing what she was brought up on. And so part of the reason why I don't go to church here in Pittsburgh is because I don't feel as though they're teaching the authentic word. And then my mother belongs to a mega church here in Pittsburgh, and her preacher was caught up in a scandal online, discussing how he pulled up to church, which is in one of the poorest neighborhoods on the east side of Pittsburgh, in like a Maserati truck or something. And, like he is buying up a lot of the property in that part of town, and some up under the church entity. However, he's not helping to teach his members financial literacy and stuff like that. And so it's just, and another thing is, I don't like how they have a ATM in the vestibule. Like, you got ATM. Like, oh, don't say you didn't go to the ATM before you got to church, honey, because it's right here for you. Oh, you don't have your purse on you? Well, we got PayPal. Just send it through PayPal. So that's part of my issue with some of the churches here in Pittsburgh these days. Everybody has their own path and belief systems, and I'm just like, whatever power you call upon, whatever gives you strength, then more power to you. And I'm just like, don't get preachy to me. You know, people in the community are struggling, and he has been profiting since been profiting. Most people that attend that church only receive supplemental income at the beginning of the month, or is living below poverty line. And so it's sad. And then my mother will discuss, well, we have our church picnic, and well, um, they'll do this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, I don't think she gets it. She gets certain things, but she's still behind in a sense. And so I just give her that, like, she'll say certain things, and I don't think that she really realizes what she's saying. And so, that's why I'm just like, she gets it, but then I don't know. I have to tell Peyton how good her cookies were. I'm going to upload that video a little later in the week after I edited some, because she wanted to do some baking that day. And so I had to, let my girl roll up her sleeves and whip them pots. What you having good for breakfast, the Creative Creole? I know that you said you were fixing some breakfast. What you having good over there? And what's this called? Mukbang? Or what they I don't know. I'll be like, oh, okay. Come have a bite to eat with you. Okay. See what this is about. I'm going to see if I can get my grandmother to come out the house with me tomorrow to go to the celebration of learning at the kids' school. I think that would be good. Get her out for a breath of fresh air. But all in all, if she wants to. Oatmeal and turkey bacon, two of my faves. Have you ever tried overnight oats? The Creative Creole overnight oats is one of my faves. I love it. I took a few weeks off of overnight oats because even though they're really good, I don't want to get tired of it. Oh my goodness. Well, one day I'm gonna upload a video and share uh, how I prepare my overnight oats. I like to use coconut milk in mine. It's amazing. Like, you would go about it the same way you cook regular oatmeal, and And instead of like letting it boil and cook, once you add it to the boiling water, you just cover it. Um, After you add whatever sweeteners to it, and you leave it overnight. You could either leave it out or you could put it in the refrigerator, and then in the morning you can either heat it up or you can have it cold. And I like to add things like sliced almonds to mine, pecans to mine, dried apricots or dried cranberries, whatever I may have. That's what I like to add to it. And it's so good and it's so creamy. Oh my goodness. It's so addictive. Yes, I'm going to share that video. Kitty, she's not being bothered right now. She didn't calm down. She done came down off of the kitty net. Judex, Legento, Perry. I'll just call you Perry because I know that I can say that, Perry. How are you? Welcome to the live. Any good plans for today? The Creative Creole, what you got planned for today? My tea is almost gone. It's delicious. Running errands and cleaning. The life of a mother never stops. It never stops. It always got to keep it going. We're the glue. Yeah, we let the men think they run everything, but without us, it would fall apart completely. So yeah, let them think that they're running it. However, we know really how it is. That who runs the world? What Beyonce say? Girls. It looks like I'll be on time getting to my shop today. I be trying. I be trying. I do good. I don't be on CP time, but like depending on if I have a meeting or something like that, I may be running behind that day. But I try to be on time. It's been so good kicking it with you all. Maybe at a later date we can do a collabo, the Creative Creole. That would be cool. I have a holistic health and wellness metaphysical shop. So I sell herbal aromatherapy, luxury bath salts, soaps, candles, all made eh, all made by me. I also make aromatherapy room sprays, dream sachets / bath teas. We sell sage. We sell Palo Santos, a variety of incense. Um, we have a video here on YouTube. If you check out our playlist, it under 360 Cafe. It shows some of the things that we have to offer. Some of the things that I brought in from Africa, handpicked by myself from a couple different countries over there. Um, I sell specialty crystals. My daughter also has some things to offer at 360 Cafe. She sells swag bags for children. She makes lip puckers, charm bangles, and charm earrings. We also have tinctures with African herbs. I do have an online store, and I think I can add it here. We'll see. That's one of the things that I've been doing this week, working on my website. I contacted someone, and he's going to do some free product photos for me. And he's also going to help me with my website for free. And all that I was asked to do was to pay it forward by doing something for free for somebody. And it was so hilarious because during that conversation, I was actually on my way to go do something for free for somebody because that's the type of heart that I have. You know, it's not always about money. The money will come. In business, the money will come. If you're starting a business and the only thing that you can think of is the money, then your business is not going to last too long. You know, like I'm telling you, you're not going to last too long. You know, first you have to learn how to love what you do, and all the rest will follow. And I still work a few hours out the week. I work work 8 hours out the week. That's so that I'm not killed in business taxes, you know. And so, other than that, I probably wouldn't work for any corporation or anything like that. Um, I feel as though there's a lot of things that we could be out here learning and stuff like that. And so that's why I try to put my kids in different workshops and stuff like that that they're interested in. And at times I may not have the money, but then there's that opportunity of it being provided cost free or anything like that because I have to be frugal. I have a large family and can't be making silly choices and spending frivolously because that's just not me. Okay, that would be cool. We could do that. Have a discussion about business and investment. Learning the state laws in your area is like the first step. You know, yes. Okay, you have a home business and investment property. Do you have like a posh business? What do you sell, the Creative Creole? I would like to get into investment properties. I've been looking in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, areas like that, because here they've done some sneaky, underhanded things with the properties. I've applied for some properties, and you're supposed to hear something back within 12 weeks. However, it's almost been 2 years, and I still haven't heard anything back. And no matter how many times I go down to city council, oh yeah, we got the papers and this and that, and so they're not going to be satisfied till me. I will bring a lawsuit. Let me hit the class action. You're a consultant. Okay, so um, what's your consulting business about? That's cool. And do you have a website? I always wonder how my cousins survive in California because I just look at it and I'm just like, Cali's so expensive. It seems so beautiful, but it just seems so expensive. Okay, that's cool. Now that's a cool job. So is this for children, adolescents, or as well as adults? Bless your heart. I try to be detailed enough and stuff like that, but I just to try to sit in one place for a really long time. I can do it. It's just it would be hard. Okay, everyone. That seems like a nice profession to have, and then to be able to work remote. That's amazing. That's my ultimate goal one day is to work remote to cut out some overhead costs and stuff like that. Eventually, I want to have a complete wellness spa where I'll offer all of my services because I'm a Reiki master. Um, and then also a women's health coach. Um, I'm also an aromatherapist, a naturopathic consultant, and so I would like to offer all of my services. I'm thankful for the storefront that I'm in right now. However, given its setup, I can't offer all of my services, but I'm able to offer my products. And I'm thankful for that. I've been trying to think of some other creative ways to offer my services, but I we'll see. We'll see. It's just, with this day and age, I don't trust going to people's homes and stuff like that. And then just, I don't know. I don't need nobody's raggedy energy rubbing off on me. So I don't necessarily want to go in other people's home and like just the type of work that I do. So are you celebrating the holidays, the Creative Creole? Will you be cooking? Good morning, backyard gardener. Yes, well, drive safely, and I hope all is well with you. I'm gonna have to try that tea that Diva Jones was talking about. Okay, you're here. You've just been listening. I know I've been rambling on about like all kind of random stuff because I can just be random. Okay, with your sister, the Creative Creole, and I'm trying to think of like some really cool stuff. Have some ideas. It's just I'm doing a lot already, and so I'll begin to slowly implement them. Like some people just tell me just to jump head first, and I'm not that jump head first into the fire type person. Like even though I'm spontaneous and things like that, now when it's coming to things where using my money and stuff like that, I have to be more cautious. You know, I can't make reckless, careless choices. I'm excited. We'll be getting some new living room furniture really soon. You heard your name, Miss Diva Jones 03. I was saying that I'm going to have to try that tea that you said that you really like. I want to try it because I'm on the scout for some different teas. And I'm more so trying to stay away from anything that like has caffeine in it because whew, I don't ever want to experience what I experienced behind caffeine ever again. I don't like headaches and stuff like that. I don't like to be in pain. And so my mom's like, oh, child, well, how'd you have 4 kids? You know, like my mom's one of them type moms where she just want, you know, she won't let you live even for that little quick second, that hot minute. I will. Me and one of my girlfriends, we're planning on hitting the road starting in April. We'll be hitting to some southern states because I've been conducting my research and stuff like that. Been looking at some tax foreclosure properties in some different southern states, and so I have to go visit, and hopefully, maybe I could cross the path of some of the cool YouTubers I've met here on YouTube. Um, I know that we'll be going through North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida because my friend, she's a nurse and she's looking to relocate by next year. And so she said that West Palm Beach is calling her or something. And so I'm just like, well, we got to hit the road. So this is going to be fun. And so this is going to be a girls' trip um, or edition of a girls' trip. So it'll be very, very interesting. Do any of you travel with any of your friends or family like on a yearly basis, like or bi-yearly basis? Have a group of girlfriends from college. We've been traveling together for almost 20 years, and so we initially called it BB, which stands for boy bashing. That's because at that specific time in our college years, we were all going through different things in regards to males. But you know, even though it's still called boy bashing, we shortened it to BB. We're not out there still boy bashing or anything like that. Majority of us are married and have started our families, but we still get together and we travel every year. And like I said, it'd be our edition of a girls' trip. You purchased blighted property in Louisiana. Wow, that's cool. I made it to Louisiana. It'll be 9 years ago. I was in New Orleans, and we went for Mardi Gras. My one group of girlfriends from college. We went for Mardi Gras, and it was such a shame. I was the only one that really couldn't fully enjoy myself because I was expecting my daughter at the time. So here they riding mechanical bulls and they're sipping on their hurricanes and their grenades, and I just could not enjoy myself the way they were. You know, even though I still got my Mardi Gras beads and all that good stuff, but it was just I have to go back, make it for something. Okay, you got small children, so you can't never say you can't. I had fairly small kids at that time too. I want to say my oldest son was 10 and my middle son was 5, and then I was expecting. So never say never. I've been to Africa and had to like leave my children behind, you know? So you've never been to Mardi Gras? Oh, Diva Jones. I was meeting people from all over Mississippi, Alabama. It was just fun times, extremely fun times. I love the culture and the history down there, and beignets are my favorite. And my first time ever tasting fried pickles was in New Orleans. I had fat fried pickles. You're wanting to share me out? How long will I be? I think I'll be here for another like 45 minutes. I'm trying because I was having technical difficulties at first and I couldn't get my mic to work. And I was just like, this would be my life during the last couple days of a Mercury retrograde. Everything going haywire. Okay, you went to college in Louisiana. I know somebody that went to college in Louisiana. My cousin is married to some girl from Louisiana, but I don't know. It looked like she got him wrapped from her pinky, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, that's that one cafe where you could sit outside and stuff, and then it's not too far from the shopping district. It was just amazing. And I can't remember how far along I was with my daughter, but where our Airbnb was to like get down to the square, I made my girlfriends walk. I think we walked like 40 blocks, and they're like looking at me like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Come on, like let's do this." I didn't come to sit down, and so they're complaining and all that kind of stuff. And yes, voodoo is real. Trust me. Yes, I done seen some things over there in Africa. I done seen some things. I just can't explain it. Just can't. Oh, you were born and raised in New Orleans, the creative Creole. Oh, and so you've been in Cali for like 20 years. Okay. Yes, I just love the culture in New Orleans. I love the food. I like the people here in Pittsburgh. You know, like we could literally be walking down the street and somebody could just look at you, but they won't speak to you. It's ridiculous. Yes, most are devout Catholics. Yes, we made it to St. Augustine Church. And we had somebody from the Fayaya. He gave us a mini tour, and it was quite interesting. We went to the Marie Laveau Museum, and way back then we just like we were just touring and stuff. However, now with some of the knowledge and stuff that I have, and I'm just like, wow, wow. I want to go some other places in New Orleans too. Um, I'm trying to make it down to Columbus, Georgia, where my maternal um, side came from, because there's some things that I'm digging for and I'm looking for. It's demonized. It is demonized. That's because they want us to stay ignorant and have lack of knowledge. However, I live by, I live righteously. I live by the way I would like to be treated. So I'm not going to be out here disrespecting folks and things like that. For instance, I had an issue with somebody at the gas station one day because I didn't have my loyalty card. So I took my driver's license to the window, and I guess it didn't register in his mind, and so he had already took my cash and was like, "Oh, I don't need that your ID," and I was like, "Well, I thought you did," and like just that little bit of communication. He didn't. I don't know. He took it the wrong way, and then he like got real snappy at me, and I said, "Well, wait, wait, wait. I want you to have a good morning. Let's not do this. We don't have to do this." And at first oh well, you, and I'm like, "We're not going to do this." And so sometimes you have to take control of your situations and change the outcomes, like literally quantum jump in that minute. And so I just ran into the guy again after not seeing him for a few weeks because I hadn't been to this gas station since. And so but our interaction was very different this time. And so just learning how to forgive people, forgive, just let it roll off your back. Yes, they witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo. I mean, like it it has a extreme significance, and everything in this world is intertwined, like things that these planets are made out of, these stars are made out of, so are our bodies. And it's just, some people are nice and some people are wicked. And so, I mean, which side are you going to choose? That's basically it. Calming energy can turn a situation completely around. It's like I could have reacted to that situation, and got snappy back with that guy. However, it would have been a waste of my time and my energy. That's not what I'm into. I got, and also another way I look at that is when you get like mad and you stay mad, you're blocking your own blessings. You're blocking your own blessings. Like, just take the time to reflect and just realize that. Good morning, Bernice Junk Closet. Good morning. How are you? And I have forgotten, please hit the like button, subscribe, share. We'll be here for another half an hour. So this morning we have talked about the tea that I'm drinking, which is called Earl Grey tea. And it's really, really good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bernice Junk Closet. How are you this morning? It's a tranquil Tuesday here at 360 with all the kids off to school and grandma's upstairs relaxing. And I'll be heading into my shop really soon to fulfill some orders. So, what's your plans for today, Bernice Junk Closet? I'll be heading out soon so that I can be to my shop by 12 o'clock because I don't have a long commute in, and I open at 12 noon, Tuesdays through Saturdays, and I'm there till 5 p.m. We are located at 5935 Penn Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15206. I have a holistic health and wellness shop. I make aromatherapy, luxury bath and body products. We make herbal aromatherapy candles, room sprays. We have an assortment of incense. Um, we have a variety of things. I bring in small trinkets from Africa. I have some um, paintings from Africa. Also, some authentic fabric, one of a kind that I brought in from Togo. My daughter also makes her own products that we offer there. She makes charm bangles, charm earrings, and swag bags for kids. Yes, I do ship. I'm going to put my website up here again because I know I shared it earlier on. And I was also talking about why it's good to use um, bath salts and why it's good to soak and detox because we take so much in and we consume so much that um, we're not letting out in other ways. And so it's helpful when you're using Epsom salts to help excrete it through the pores in the skin, and then to also put back in vital nutrients and vitamins through the skin um, because it's one of our biggest organs in, in the human body. Because I know I don't eat enough food in a day to give me all the vitamins and nutrients that I need. And so that's why I make herbal detoxifying bath salts, because it helps me to replenish what I'm otherwise not replenishing. Yes, I try to detox at least once a season because I'll be like, okay, I do my detox, and then there's this holiday, then there's that holiday, then there's this celebration, then there's that celebration. So I try to, be on top of that seasonally, to get some of that junk out my system because at times I overindulge. And, other times I may do very well. Other times I may overindulge. It all depends. Who's to say? I'm only human, and I'm going to do what it is that like makes me happy in that moment. Except anything that would harm myself or anyone else. Thank you. At the present time, I don't have any questions about YouTube. I've been trying to meander my way through things. And so I found a streaming service that I like so far with YouTube. And I updated my conditions as far as when it comes to the youth coming to my channel and things like that. Now, some of my videos are children friendly. Other times, I will say that this is not a video for kids, and so I'm looking forward to it. And because for the most part, I've always just been a person to watch videos and um, learn things, DIY. However, recently, within the past couple of years, is when I first started uploading videos, and recently, more consistently than I have in the past. And so I know consistency is key. Um, Being like organized is key. I know sometimes people like to like just come to your channel and go to your playlist, because it provides some type of organization. Me, I like your content. I'm just will come to your channel and see what you have to offer, and I'll just click all over everything, because what's applicable, I'm going to apply it and where it's useful in my life. And so, a lot of the cooking channels that I've come across, I've learned some really neat new recipes that I'm excited to try. And the gardening channels, like I'm really, really excited for my urban farm initiative. And so, like, I'm trying to rush the winter season. I mean, like, and why not? It's winter, but I'm trying to rush the winter season just to get to the spring so that I can apply some of the cool things that I learned from some of these gardening channels out here. Like it's been extremely helpful for me. And I just want to thank you all again. But I ain't about to be out here chopping no wood like Miss Diva Jones. I don't think so. I'll put my boys to work then. Chopping the wood. Sure. And I'll be like, I'm not even prissy. Not even like a girly girl, but chopping some wood. No, won't find me doing it. No, I wouldn't. Thank you. I would appreciate that, Verness Junk Closet. I would appreciate that. So, what kinds of things do you all like to use on your skin in the winter? Me, I love African shea butter. Um, some good old petroleum jelly, and tons and tons of like layers of clothes to keep the moisture in and the cold out. Like, what's some of your moisture routines for the winter? I try to moisture and shea butter, jelly. I be trying, because my skin could be a little temperamental, and so I try to stay stick to what works for me. And sometimes if my skin is a little too dry, I just go on ahead and use some Aquaphor. I can't use Dove on my skin. I can't use Ivory. No types of deodorant soaps. And so that's part of the reason why I got into the business of making soaps, because I know what's in there. I can pronounce what's in there, and it's also helping me with whatever I may need help with if I'm feeling a little anxious and I need to come down and relax. I will use a bar of lavender soap that I make. If I need to pick me up and I need to feel alert, I'll use my line that's called Renew, and that has lemongrass, eucalyptus, and mint in there. Petroleum jelly, you learned it from an older lady, and her skin was amazing. Yes, like I know some 90 something year old, like, I asked her what she used. She was like, cold water and oil valet. And I was like, interesting. And so I met quite a few elders here in Pittsburgh that have mentioned oil valet and cold water. Um, and so once I realized the trick on why they said cold water, to keep your pores small, I guess. So I'm like, interesting. Okay. I learn something new every day. That's what I'm here for. That's what I say to my children that their job is every day is to learn something new. If you did not learn something new in this day, then you're doing something wrong. Yes, I'm trying to get it together. I got a little bit of hyperpigmentation and stuff like that. And so I said by my birthday, in which tomorrow I have exactly 1 month until my birthday, that I'm going to have all this together. Like, forget all that. Crystal clear 2020, crystal clear vision, crystal clear skin, all that good stuff. That's how I'm walking into my 2020. Okay. And excited that I was able to get them to reduce my student loans. That's another, that's a blessing in itself. We think about all that kind of stuff, like student loans. Like, I feel like a whole weight has been lifted off my shoulders, my chest, like lifting weights, both legs. Thankful. Do any of you all have any student loan debt out there? Gotta know what I'm talking about. It was horrible. This week will be a little slower for me, being as though I won't have to go into my place of employment for the rest of this week. I only have to go into my shop, have fun with grandma, make sure I cook dinner. Oh yeah, that's back to my struggle for today. I'm cooking for today. Uh-uh. If only cooking wasn't like such a chore to me. Like anything that's a chore, I don't like it. I don't like to have to do it, but I will do it. Being said, my kids do other chores around the house, and so mom has to whip up that wholesome goodness, some victuals for everybody to, you know, nourish their bodies. I just wish I had an idea of like, oh yeah, I spoke on homemade chicken noodle soup earlier. That's a major possibility. I'm thinking doesn't take too much effort. Chopping up some fresh vegetables, and some chicken. I think I figured it out, everybody. Yes, thank you. Lucky me. Well, not so lucky because I have to cook, but I'm excited. Thank you. Much love and light to you, Bernice Junk Closet. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you. Because I will be heading out soon. I have to get into my shop and get those orders together and run to the post office to ship off a few orders. So, oh yeah, and Miss Diva Jones 03, if you're in here, tell me if you tried that bath salt I sent to you. Let me know if you try it. It's in one of my favorite scents. It's called Infinite Vibrations. And so it has rose petals in there, a little bit of lavender. And yeah, it's supposed to help raise them vibrations. They say roses is one of the highest vibrational plants. And so I know I feel pretty lively when I smell some fresh roses. And just wish I got flowers enough, some fresh roses enough where I could smell the freshness of some roses. Well, everyone, I would like to thank you for joining me this morning for another Tea Time with Tyleda. I hope that your Tuesday is as tranquil as mine. And I'll be back next Tuesday for another Tea Time with Tyleda before I hit the road to go to Virginia. That's the only reason why you keep the rose bush in front of your house? Yes, I love it. Yes, get your soak on, Miss Diva Jones 03. Get your soak on. And thank you for stopping by my live today. And I'll be looking forward to some more of your videos. You know, I be I be making my appearances and I be learning my tidbits for the day. And I'll just be like, interesting. Because I'm telling you, I learn something new every day. So again, please like, subscribe, share, and you all have a good afternoon. Peace.